This video is sponsored by scdkeys.com. They've got great deals on all kinds of games as well as PC software. Specifically, they've got Windows 10 Pro OEM for just $14, so if you go on their site, type in Windows 10, you'll find it available right now. You can buy it, and you can take advantage of the promo code CM1 to save an additional 10%, so you'll be getting it a little bit cheaper. You can decide on your method of payment, check out, and bam, there you go. Now you've got Windows 10 a little bit cheaper. You can also use the code CM2 on games to save 3%, so take advantage of that as well. Now on to the video. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video looking at the top 10 best PC game deals of the week. A lot of great deals this week, some on Steam. The Razer store has been making moves, and that is one of the best places to buy games. They usually do weekly specials, and those weekly specials come with some coupons, so that is always nice. We've got a couple of deals from Fanatical as well. There's a free-to-play weekend that's bundled in with a sale. So let's take a look through everything, and we will start things off with the Steam discounts. First of all, Frostpunk is 25% off for $22.49. I mentioned this game yesterday in my top 10 PC games of 2018 so far video, so I had to mention it since it is getting a slight discount. Now, this game is a very recent release. It came out 4 months ago to the day, actually, was released April 24th. It is August 24th as of recording this video. It's a very good game by 11-Bit Studios, the guys who also did this War of Mine, and they've been updating the game, adding more content, and that's been the one drawback to this game, at least in most gamers' eyes, is the fact that the game didn't launch with a ton of content, but I still found it very enjoyable, and at this price I think it's a great pickup, especially if you did enjoy this War of Mine or you just like dark survival games. Also, Steam is running a pretty good THQ Nordic sale, and I have to say that Darksiders franchise pack for 90% off $5, that's a very good deal. That gets you Darksiders War Mastered Edition, Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition, as well as the soundtrack to that game. All of that for just $5, and I really dug Darksiders. I think it's a great game. At this point, you know, technically speaking, it doesn't look incredible, but gameplay-wise, it's still all there, and considering we are coming up on the release of Darksiders 3, now would be as good of a time as ever to check out the Darksiders franchise pack, and $5 for both of the game, the soundtrack as well. That is a great deal. Next up, we have Hollow Knight, 34% off for $9.89. Now, this isn't a game that I have played too much of, but whenever Hollow Knight is on sale and I do a deals video, I get a lot of flack in the comments saying, why didn't you mention Hollow Knight? Why didn't you mention Hollow Knight? So let's rectify it. I thought I would mention it. 34% off for $9.89. This is a game that's been received incredibly well. Currently, recent reviews on Steam have it labeled as overwhelmingly positive. That's 95%. All-time have it just below overwhelmingly positive at 94% positive, and it's got an 87 on Metacritic. Again, it's not a game that I've played a ton of, but I really like the look of the game. If you like difficult Metroidvania-styled games, if you're a fan of, say, Dead Cells, which is a game that's been getting a lot of popularity recently, Hollow Knight will be right up your alley. A little bit of a discount, $9.89, a pretty good pickup there. Next up, we have Rezzed Son of Rome, 75% off for $3.74. I could talk a lot about this game. This was one of the Xbox One's launch titles, and back then it was released at a $59.99 price point, and that just did not go over well with gamers. It is a very, very short game. I'm saying you can complete this game in around 3 to 4 hours. It is that short. And when you were charging $59.99 for this game, a game with not a ton of replay value, that was an issue. However, now that it's down to $3.74, the content that's actually in Rezzed Son of Rome is pretty good. And visually speaking, it looks incredible on PC. It is developed by Crytek, and of course a Crytek game is gonna look pretty good. And the gameplay you get out of Rise, while a bit simplistic, is also enjoyable. We're probably never gonna see a sequel to this game, even though the formula the game has, it would do it very well with the sequel, but considering it was kind of a commercial disaster on Xbox One, wasn't received all too well back then, but now for just $3.74, it is a great pickup. Alright, so those are all of the deals available on Steam. I also want to take a look at the Razer store. They've got 4 deals available right now. And these are the Razer Exclusives deal, and if you buy them, you get a $15 Razer Game Store voucher, so you can pick up any other game in the future, $15 off. And I would have to say the best deal of the 4 here is Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. That is 66% off for $20.50. It has been $19.99 flat before, I believe, but $20.50 is still a great deal considering you're getting the $15 Razer Game Store discount voucher. You also get a $10 Razer Store hardware voucher, so if you want to pick up any Razer hardware, that is a good find as well. Wolfenstein Wolfenstein 2 I thought was a really good game. It seems like some of you guys disagree with me on that. I really liked Wolfenstein The New Order. I do recommend you play The New Order before you play The New Colossus. The stories are directly linked. The New Colossus does have a little video in the beginning of the game that gets you caught up to speed, but I would always recommend play the game instead of watching, that 10-minute video. That can only encompass so much of a 12 to 14 hour experience. But Wolfenstein 2, the game itself, is a lot of fun. It's a very visceral first-person shooter. A lot of blood and guts. The story's pretty good, although it does get a little wacky towards the end. I still had a lot of fun with it, and at $20.50, I think it's a great pickup, and at the Razer store, again, with those incentives, even better. Moving on, over at Blizzard, you can pick up Overwatch, the standard edition, for $19.99. The legendary edition is $29.99. Now, Overwatch is also running a free weekend right now, so if you want to try out the game for yourself, you can do so absolutely free. But if you do want to own the game, standard edition for $19.99 is pretty good. Overwatch is a game that, yes, it released, 2 years ago at this point? But Blizzard has also held up in being super committed to the game, always updating it, adding new content. And it's a very robust first-person shooter, so at this price, would highly recommend it. If not, if you still need to be sold on it, again, a free weekend that'll allow you to try out the game. Moving on from that, Fanatical has also got a couple of good deals, so I want to take a look at that. Yakuza 0 is 15% off, down to $16.99. Again, not a deep discount on Yakuza 0, but Yakuza 0 is a game that I was already a big fan of that $20 price point. Any sort of little discount on it will make it even better. And you can still take advantage of the Summer 10 code to knock off another 10%, and you will end up getting this game for $15.30. That is an awesome price for Yakuza 0, a great game. The PC version isn't the best port in the world, but in my experience, it has ran really well, and that's all I can really ask for a budget title, and it looks great at a higher resolution, so at this price, absolute must buy. Yakuza 0 is great. Fanatical has also got the Metro Redo bundle, $8.99 for that. Again, Summer 10 will knock off another 10%, so you'll get it for a little over $8. I've raved about Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light numerous times. They are fantastic single-player first-person shooters, very atmospheric. They've got great settings, and on PC, if you've got a decent PC, they still look very good. And they were released a while ago, so if you have any modern hardware and you're playing at 1080p or 1440p, you'll be fine. If you're playing it at 4K, Last Light is still going to be a beefy game to run, so just bear that in mind. But not only are they technical juggernauts, they are great games. Again, great stories, great post-apocalyptic first-person shooters. And we are coming up on the release of Metro Exodus, and that looks to raise the bar for the franchise in a big way. But to get ready for that, you should definitely play the first two games, 2033 and Last Light, both of them for a little over $8. That is an awesome deal. And lastly, Fanatical has also got Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. That is down to $2.99. Summer 10 will knock off 10% on this, so you'll get it for $2.70. It seems like it's most people's favorite BioWare game. I wouldn't say that it's quite as good as Mass Effect or Mass Effect 2, but Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is awesome in its own sense. The PC version at this point, it does take a little bit to get it working, but if you go online, look it up, it's very easy to get this game working, and for $3, that's a great deal on an absolute classic. Lastly, I want to round out this video by taking a look at a couple of bundles that I already mentioned. The Humble Spooky Horror Bundle 2018 is available at Humble. If you pay $1, that'll get you White Noise 2, Layers of Fear, How to Survive, and How to Survive 2. The Beat the Average is where things get good. That's at $8.01 right now, and that'll get you Detention, BioShock Remastered, and Yomawari Night Alone. $15 or more ain't bad either. You'll get Friday the 13th the game and Dead by Daylight, and if you're a Humble monthly subscriber, you'll get $2 of Humble wallet credit as well. That's a great deal on all of that content. If you just want to pay $1, that's fine, but I would recommend to at least beat the average of $8.01, and that's where things get really good. Yomawari Night Alone has been received really well. BioShock is BioShock, and Detention has an overwhelmingly positive feedback on Steam. And then Dead by Daylight added in the $15 tier. That's great, and you get Friday the 13th as well, which isn't that amazing of a game, but a nice addition as well. So check out the Humble Spooky Horror Bundle. And lastly, another awesome bundle is the Games Aid 50 game charity bundle over at Green Man Gaming. This is 50 games for $50, and you do not get bad games. These are high quality games. Some of the games included include Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, Batman Arkham Asylum, Injustice Gods Among Us, Rage, Human Fall Flat, Killing Floor, Warhammer Vermintide End Times, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate HD, Fear 3, Magicka, and I can go on and on. There are a ton of great games. $50 for all of that. The profit goes to charity. You cannot go wrong with this bundle. It is a great pickup. Bunch of other great games that I didn't even mention. And games like Metal Gear Solid 5 alone, typically on sale, go for like $5. Same with Batman Arkham Asylum. So everything that you're getting, this is an absolute bargain. And again, the profit goes towards charity. So good on Green Man Gaming for doing this. So that's going to conclude this video, the top 10 PC game deals of the week. A lot of good deals this week. So take advantage of everything from every different e-tailer. And that's going to conclude this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, leave it in the comments section down below. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.